Every good conversation starts with a real connection, and this one began in the most unexpected way. I had already started creating, sharing stories meant to encourage, inspire, and empower, but I felt the need to go deeper, to create a space for bold honesty, deep reflection, and spiritual clarity. A space to wrestle with real life struggles, ask hard spiritual questions, and share the kind of lessons that often go unspoken. Not a big production, not a forever thing, just a moment to sit in truth, laugh at life, and invite you into something real. But I didn't want it to be my voice alone. I have known Alethea for some times now, and I've always admired her heart of service, her honesty, and how deeply she connects with the youth. And when I shared my idea with her, she was all in. She said, let's do it. And she meant it. So thank you so much, Alethea. And thank you for joining us. This is Moment of Truth. Welcome. Welcome back to the Moment of Truth. We are still on the topic love, relationship, and the in-between. And this week, we are focusing on the single's purpose and vision. Because this season isn't just about waiting, it's about becoming. Welcome. For this week, we continue with the story of May. Here's the video. May! What's going on? I've been calling you. You didn't hear me? May!
You don't hear from Chris this morning.
What?
I don't understand. You've not heard from Chris this morning. That's how now, me. Okay, you've not heard from Chris. What should happen? Are you people dating now? Your life should stop because you don't heard from Chris. What's the correlation? May, there's something you're not telling me.
You won't understand.
And I will never understand. I refuse to understand. May. May. This is not who you are. You need to define your relationship with this guy. He can't keep stringing you on like this. Okay?
Welcome back. It's Moradike, and here with me still is Alethea. Alethea, thank you again for your time. Thank you. And we are still discussing May. We are still here with me. In the last episode, I remember we stopped at you saying that singles' journey must be rooted. They must define their purpose and vision. Mm-hmm. And May, as a single person, should have known that a purpose before speaking to Chris in the first place.
Exactly.
Right. So my question for you is, how did God clarify your own purpose for you?
Amazing. Obviously, I love that focusing on May.
Yeah.
I think the work, firm believer of the work starts with you, and going back to why does the work start with you? You have to be whole. It says one and one is coming together. So if you're half, you're already not coming in whole and complete, and those gaps tend to show in relationships. So in my personal journey, it could be a whole other episode, to be honest, but to summarize it, I think God brought me to the end of myself, in the sense that what you think you know, you do not know. So what do I mean by that? My view on love and relationships and just me as a person, it hadn't become a personal journey. Like, I don't think I had gotten to the point where I was waking up and I'm like, I'm just reading the Bible just for you and I, God. Not because I have to lead something in church, not because I have to speak to someone, not because I'm of a community thing, but a personal, intimate relationship with you and I.
Right.
And so just living life, not really understanding that personal walk, I made mistakes, and I was genuinely trying and seeking the face of God and trying to understand what is this God was speaking about, because if you're being born into a Christian home, it's not like you really have any other choice. It's just you become that. But now it was not the fate of my parents. You know, it was now my own story, and so I did life not in the best way. And you know, when I say I was brought to the lowest of myself, was I got to a place where I knew that no man could bring me out of, and I felt, I mean, similar to people, heartbreak. You know, and especially when it now comes from the one that you thought was the man of God, the one that you expect to, like, oh, you should be different. Now I've left the world. I'm not in the world anymore. And you know, that person now still shows you shege, that for English, shows you worse than what you met outside. Then you now realize that, okay, this cannot be. something is wrong. And so I now paused, and my life was literally slowed down intentionally, and I went to an isolation phase. Now I can say it's an isolation phase. At that time, it was a bit well, it wasn't that easy. So I really just paused and stopped everything and said, okay, God, here I am. This is me. You know my flaws. I need to know who you are. I need to make this a personal journey. And I started working that, and I served in church. I poured myself into that and his work. So yes, I think that was my personal journey, but it looks different for everyone.
And thank you for sharing that. That is, you know, that's you being transparent, because I can't imagine, like, and you said something like it's about relationship. It's no pastor, no man is going to define that for you. It's about building that one-on-one relationship. Even if you're at your lowest point, you can still discover who you are, but only with the Father.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Can you really still build a godly relationship even if you don't know who you are? Okay, if you don't know who you are truly, like, can you still build a godly relationship?
So I like how you asked it. Once again, I'm putting this out there. Everything I say is based off of what I know today. I'm still learning. We're still growing. And once again, the Bible is the standard. So can two work together except they agree? The truth of the matter is, it's not just it's the spiritual side of things that makes a relationship thrive, and that makes you have the best and, you know, the beautiful marriage that we all see. Take for example Pastor A. Adeboye. If you know their story, and they were not Christians when they got married, but guess what? They were aligned on certain things. So there's still the place for morals. Like, what kind of things do you like? Like, do you actually like the person that you're with? All these things come into play. They were very aligned. And when it came to the point of one person wanted to move to I want to become a deeper Christian, the wife followed.
That's true.
But guess what? Some people don't always come back from that, because what happens is it needs to be one vision. So two people going on one journey, two people have merged to become one. If they start going like this, now it's a risk. So I won't give a definite, oh, you can build a godly relationship without knowing yourself first, or you cannot do this. It's a risk. It's a risk. But it's not advisable, because it's easier when some things are already learned in the dating phase, when you guys are already coming into it with the same vision and same purpose, and you're with the same drive. It allows the journey get easier. So that's what I think.
And I like that. I like the example you use of Pastor Adeboye. Like, he just reminded when, like, I watched the movie and how he went to Babylon. Like, he went to this. Like, he did.
She followed him, however.
And then one thing is now key here is that even if you don't know who you are, at least have a clear vision. We know who Pastor Adeboye is. Like, he can't be somebody else.
And be aligned. Yes,
alignment. So thank you.
Fall in alignment. Fall in alignment.
Yes. So let's bring it back to me here. Sorry.
Very good.
She's been talking to Chris for over 6 months.
Wonderful.
Without any clarity.
Love it.
No jabs on her, by the way.
I've been a maid before.
I've been a maid before. My question is, how do you think knowing ourselves shape how we show up in a relationship? Does it guide our conversations? Like, how does knowing ourselves help our relationship.
I get what you mean. So it's important to know that knowing yourself before it, and this is what I'm saying, like in your single life, before a relationship even comes into it, when you know yourself, it changes how you show up for a long period, because one, it shapes the person that you're spending your time with. It allows you to know, okay, this is where I'm headed, who aligns with this, who looks like this, who can help me best achieve this. That allows you to pick. And so it will change how you communicate. It allows you to live life intentionally. Not just inshallah vibes like May was doing, or not just like as the wind goes, because that's the problem. A lot of people are just like, I just want to enjoy my life, I just want this, and they think these things, once they push the ring, spiritual impartation, just follow you. You finally have it. It does not happen that way. If you go to school to study to be a doctor for 14 years, if you want to have a successful marriage, it's the same mentality that adds into it. So yeah, that's what.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. So so for sure, knowing who we are guides. Like it builds like a boundaries to limit. Like it just shapes us as a person. So thank you for clarifying that. You're in a very good relationship. So how do you stay grounded in your vision when that longing for companions becomes more intense?
Well, I good question. I think there's nothing wrong with desiring a relationship. There's nothing wrong with longing to be in a relationship. He uses a marriage,
right,
to show his love for the church. And so in the beginning he told Adam it's not good for man to be alone. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in desiring a relationship. So now when you speak on being, how do you still stay grounded in your vision and your purpose and all of that, if I can speak to use my own experience, it was something I struggled with in the beginning, because when a relationship comes into it, or you start I guess let me speak on the desire first. What are you doing with that desire? It's more about how do you move on with it? What are you doing with this thing I'm feeling? How am I responding to it?
Right.
Luckily, if a relationship comes into play, how do you now balance your vision and your purpose and the new relationship? I think you have to embrace where you are at every point in life. So what does that mean? If I'm in a relationship now, that means that my time has to be split between God and this person that I've just brought into my life.
Right.
The enemy tries to sabotage this, where he makes you feel like now you're not spending as much time with God because you are focused on this relationship, and we can start to think, oh, I've backslidden, I've done this, and that's not true. Because think about it this way: you're going to have a family, you're going to have kids. The 24 hours that you had before to spend time and sit down with God, you're not always going to have 24 hours. Even the scriptures tells you, like, do things while you're young now, while it is day, because night is coming. God knows. See, it becomes a matter of priority. This is how I think the priority goes: God, then your family, and then ministry. So God is always priority. Then you bring someone in, they fall in line. So if, say you and your boyfriend, you have a schedule of when you talk, and say you guys talk in the evening. Now you know that, okay, I'll have to adjust my schedule. Say maybe I'm praying more in the afternoon than evening. It's all about prioritizing. Balance. You don't have to, and your worship can look different at different phases and different stages in life. So I don't think people should pressure themselves to say, oh, I can't do that. Like, if you're a medical student, will God say, oh, you went to school, you did not serve me? Like, you see what I mean? It's about different phases and just being able to adjust those priorities.
Very, very important, because sometimes we feel guilty. I've been there where I felt guilty before relationship, before marriage. Like, it was just me and God. Like, I spent more time spending, studying my Bible, and it felt like this was good. And then you get into a relationship, you begin to feel, oh my God, am I backsliding? Like, am I like not? Because the time is being split now, and it's okay as long as God is still the number one. And so thank you for for that, the last and not the least question that I have is, what are some of the common misconceptions about singles journey that you personally had to learn and or unlearn?
That you're not
That you had to unlearn.
like the number one thing was that you're not complete if you're not in a relationship. Unfortunately, I think society adds pressures. It's almost like and adding the Nigerian culture to it as well. It's like when you finish school, where's husband? And it's more of like there's still more to life. It's not just marriage is beautiful, marriage is all these things, but it's not necessarily like a badge of honor that yes, it's not like a till you do that, you know. No, it's
Like,
I just mean to say
yeah,
you are living before the marriage comes. There's always there's that feeling of, oh, you're not living, you're not doing anything if you're not in a relationship. It's not true.
Yeah, it's not.
So I had to unlearn that. Another thing is you can't make certain moves. They'll tell you can't make certain moves.
buy a house.
Not to brag or anything. I mean, when I got the house, I vividly remember someone saying to me, you've done what the man is supposed to do.
Hey.
And I was like, it doesn't. What if I marry husband and he already has 10 houses?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. Like life goes on. I think that's one of the major misconceptions. It's just that your life is on pause. It's till you get in a relationship.
And it's funny, like I remember somebody telling me I wanted to go into nursing one time, and somebody was like, why would you go into nursing? You will make more money, you won't be able to marry, you won't be able to be, because you'll be making more money than your husband. I'm like, who said that? But anyway, so it's just wrong.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with being successful and going for what you want. The whole idea is when that person comes, they're going to make it better. They're going to make that journey better.
For sure.
If you had one house when you're the person, you had one car, when the person comes in, you multiply.
Right.
Things get better. So that's what I think.
Thank you so much, Alethea. This has been really good. And again, this is still on the singles, the love, relationship, and the in-between, using me as a reference that you can be talking to Chris. It's okay. Talk to Chris. But we want to encourage you to be guided.
Yeah.
What's the plan? What's your vision? And who are you as a person? Because those are key, those are important factors in singleness, in building even a healthy relationship. You'll be happy, you'll make the journey even more smooth and more enjoyable. So yes, it's still the moment of truth, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.